Hell, it's Base Trade TV.
All right, welcome back, guys. We're in game number 2. This is still the first match of the group, so there's no winners, there's no losers just yet. But of course, this will sort them to each of their matches. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map, he's leading 1-0 in the series. Give it up for Axiom's Red Terran player, Ryung.
The bottom left as the green Protoss, it's Grubby.
Oh man, who's this? Morning 417. First we're talking about Kill a Kill. Now we're talking about Gurren Lagann. Oh, you guys gonna make me like go all full weeaboo mode. Stop, please. Oh, I love both of those shows so much. They're my life. But
Said whatever, man. Core's hair.
Get over the hair thing, man.
Oh.
All right. Well, anyways, getting back into the swing of things here. One of the things I found amazing with that last game wasn't just like Ryung won, but Ryung won so decisively. That was like a very surgical, very well planned strike. And this is fantastic because I've always thought that Ryung's TVP was never bad. I don't think it was ever, in my opinion, his worst. But the last time we saw him, it was certainly lacking. That time he came into it with like, okay, good strategy, good tactics, whatever, but it just felt like there was confidence there where we haven't seen in the past. And I know that sounds like kind of a BS thing for like a caster to bring up, but if you guys cast Ryung to the same level of like a superstition that I do, you would understand how big of a deal that is for me to see in Ryung. So really good first game for him. Grubby unfortunately not so much, but I mean it was kind of one of those things where if Ryung hadn't hit then, Grubby would have had such a powerful upgrade advantage, it would have been really hard to actually take a fight afterwards.
It was just the way that he fought too, you know, like he looks at the army, takes a head-on engagement with, you know, time warp and a cannon. Grubby survives, and his upgrades really sort of kick in, and he has a third too. That's awesome. But Ryung saw opportunity and took it, and it was a pretty darn good one. Not gonna lie. I mean, the fact that he beat, what was it, 2 Colossus? Yeah, they didn't have extended thermal lance, but with only like 2-3 Vikings. Yeah, well, that probably shouldn't happen.
It's funny too, because like we always talk about the cast, like okay, extended thermal lance, no extended thermal lance versus Marauders means you're in range in it. Like it's the same range as a Marauder without that upgrade. But it's not like Marauders can just move into a Colossus. Like they still have a lot of damage, and if there's zealots in front of them, force fields at all, it's just not gonna go your way. But Ryung perhaps was looking at engineering bay block. I don't know if he'll be able to anymore. This probe's already done quite a bit of damage. He lost this fight really bad. WTF.
He threw down in the command center, so opportunity lost. Reaper is on the way. Maybe he's gonna try and.
Well, these are the spawn locations without that backdoor entrance, so you don't have that little cliff to escape easy peasy like on the other side. But I mean, when you're playing against Protoss scouting, anyways, you're not really looking to get in and out like that. You're just looking to get in and out as quick as possible.
Yeah, there's still lots of edges, you know, as you can see, there's this entire dead space that, you know, I mean, we don't see nearly enough Nidus worms for how much dead space is on this map, really. No one ever puts the pylons over there.
Whoa, probably small overreaction of the ropes.
Chris Ryung just,
oh yeah, no, this happened was the WCS. Who was it? Someone put a bunker or a supply depot.
Oh, it was a supply depot. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. One person put a supply depot. The other person put out a command center.
Was that?
They only mentioned the supply depot.
Was that Polt or was it against Polt? I don't remember. It was one of the recent matches.
I think it was Polt versus Innovation. No, shit, not Innovation. Bomber.
You know, that could have been, yeah, because Red Bull had that all the sick TNTs
yeah,
for
but
that.
they both did it. So like, you know, the cast only mentioned the supply depot, but I was like, hey, what about the command center? That's pretty cool too. Okay then.
Whatever. It's no big deal. Okay, so he gets in and he doesn't really get anything too revealing. I mean, he does check both gases, which is nice. If you see one gas delayed, then you're gonna feel you're like WTF. What's going on here? What's your plan? But because he sees standard, he can play a little more relaxed. The big thing too is seeing that Robo facility before getting out, knowing that's not gonna be a Stargate because all the gas is devoted to this so early.
Yeah, and Grubby didn't, you know, have like a lot of guys in gas for a long time. In fact, I only had one up until recently. So.
And let's be honest too, I think every Terran player is more scared of an Oracle catching them off guard than anything else. Like, you care less about Blink than you do one single Oracle possibly ruining your day.
Yeah. I mean, like, DT rushes too, they usually save scans around the time that they would hit, so it's actually, like, that's why we don't see, like, you know, pro gamers lose single-handedly to DTs, whereas in your own games you might. And me.
Man, what is it? This Reaper is, like, getting some exercise.
I think I want to see how many Blink Stalkers there are. Or, not Blink Stalkers, but like how many Stalkers there are, if there's more than 2, or what.
Well, it's running the other way for Scout. The observer's going to see it coming. We got a sub, by the way. We got to give a special shout out to Brood Axis 2. Not only because he's subbed to the channel, but he's our 5th sub. Ding, 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 ding. Ooh. So we get to do another Steam game raffle giveaway after the cast, which is going to be pretty cool.
How about you raffle off a Gauntlet game and I just use all the Bertus I've never used before on it?
Yeah, okay.
I wonder how many Bertus I have. Probably a lot. Here, use them. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so another observer goes down. You know, this is, I mean, besides losing an observer, so that's gas, that's time, that's, you know, vision, just on, like, you know, ways that Ryung is going to attack him. It's also, like, he can't see if Ryung is going for 2 barracks before 3rd CC or after. You know, how aggressive he's looking to get, like, and how early.
Well, for Ryung, his production's looking really nice. I like that he doesn't delay the starport. There are some builds of this that just go a lot heavier on, like, getting the ground units out. Yeah. But instead, with the medevac team, as soon as they do, this opens the option for at least mobility is what it sounds to say. I'm not talking drops specifically or through mineral lines or anything, but just being able to get around places you normally couldn't. This opens up a lot of doors, so to speak. You know, this Reaper's still standing, by the way.
Oh, you're gonna get a probe? Oh, that's mean.
We just build cancel this 4-color. Oh wait, you can't.
Hey. Just Zerg things.
I like. Okay, I like the pylon here on the right. So many times you find these rocks unseen, not in vision, and you'll have like somebody stim by and pick them down, or Zerg will slap them down with roaches and they go unseen. But I don't see this coming.
Oh my god, so many sentries. Okay, yeah. So I was wondering. So he got 5 gateways. He's adding on 2 more. It's gonna be 2 base Colossus all in. Seeing that many sentries isn't really like that much of a tell. I don't think he did. He will with the drops, and then it's gonna be a weird, like, you know, do I bring my units home? Do I just continue to damage here? What's gonna happen?
I kind of feel like in a weird forced out base trade like this, Ryung actually loses because warping potential is gonna be way too high.
And he still has a bunch of it home too, so that's pretty important.
Yeah,
he probably would have started to take it over. Overcharge will go down. It won't save the Nexus per se.
Oh, he's actually gonna focus it. Oh, he's just gonna try to focus it. Yeah, medevac eats all the damage for the Marines. Oh, this is going really nicely for Ryung. And he can pick up afterwards, too.
Yeah, this is really nice. Now, can he hold on the other side of the map?
Yeah, he's got to get back home.
A bunker, but his rat's relying on a lot of stuff.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it isn't finished.
Okay, it does finish. I take that back. No repairs on it, though. Just going to buy him a little bit of time. But it's actually not being focused, so it stands for way longer than it should have. The Colossus beaten back, but most importantly, the fodder for it now gone. Unloading over here, he might start trekking back across the map. Maybe?
There aren't a lot of stalkers to deal with the Vikings. I mean, there's not a lot of Vikings either, but that's like, the Vikings are going to be able to find a better positioning than the stalkers can, you know, and of course they don't have Blink either.
Well, I like that he's waiting until he has more Vikings, though, rather than just going in gung-ho with the SCVs pulled.
Well, the thing is, like, this build on this map is a little like, you know, I don't know from Grubby, because the moment he steps away from this ramp, there is this huge concave potential for Ryung, whereas like on a map like Overgrowth, not so much. So Ryung should just be staying back here and waiting for Grubby, like, come at me.
I actually really like that he didn't just A-move with those SCVs. Would have been really easy and tempting to do, but says kept them tentative, now sends it back to mining, so I couldn't lose too much for this.
I mean, Grubby, had he not lost that Nexus, could have potentially just kind of like freaked Ryung out here and maybe tried to go home and go off of it, but now I feel he still can't go down that ramp, especially with the sentries. But it's not the situation where like he continually force fills him off and he gets a 3rd behind us. No, Grubby's remaking his main right now.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, long distance mining going off. It's actually all awkwardly enough also supply blocked and losing that pylon here in the front line, so can't really start producing more Colossus behind this or anything. And the Colossus he does have are both a little bit weak. Shields have come back.
Without Blink, without upgrades though, being able to take care of any amount of Vikings is actually going to be really difficult.
Especially with the terrain on the map playing against the Stalkers, a lot of ramps and areas you can try and abuse. But of course, last thing he wants to do is walk these Stalkers forward to pick off a Viking and lose the Ultra Marauders. So both sides of the story here are a little bit scary because, of course, this Colossus can annihilate the bio if not paid attention to. Force fields will be devastating to deal with. Not to mention Guardian Shield will help out a ton.
Yeah. Grubby, the nice thing about this map is that the force fields are very effective, you know, when you're on a ramp. So he's able to retreat and defend fairly well, but once Ryung starts, you know, he's going to get a 3rd a lot faster. He's going to have technically, like, you can call it better tech, I guess, but just like, it's more the fact that Grubby doesn't have any tech. You know, Grubby doesn't have Blink or Charge.
Well, that and there's the weapon upgrades, like +1 armor's on the way here in a second. Charge
That's true.
on the
I didn't.
way
Like,
here.
Young has 1-1. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I mean, his
So-
Marauders are going to be hitting frickin' hard is bottom line. So 2 medevac's going to drop in the main while this goes on. He is positioned to get ready to intercept this, but it's... I don't know if he can really afford to split his forces. This might just be the same scenario as last time.
Certainly can't, like, because you want the Blink Stalkers, well, Blinkless Stalkers defending the drop, but you also want them to defending the Vikings. And I like what Grubby did. You know, if he doesn't have the Stalkers, he can at least lose Saints and Colossus. But they might run out before Ryung decides to engage, which is silly, but seems like it's gonna happen.
Well, the nice thing about the observers here for Grubby is he does see everything coming. So, I mean, this isn't something that's going to catch him off guard. The pre-hallucinated Colossus are no mistake. As soon as you saw that army looking like it was going to barrel forward, gets these up and running.
This is I didn't even notice until now, but Grubby taking this back expansion. Huh. I wonder how that's gonna work out. That's all I gotta say. I mean, this one, the one over here that he's at right now, it's such a big concave that you can definitely see why it would be bad. But, you know, this third one, it just seems like it's very droppable. You can literally
This
drop
is surprisingly more passive than I thought it was going to be, and I think this almost works out against Ryung too. Not that he had the momentum to just like a move or anything like that, but you know, upgrades are going to get chrono boosted out. We're going to have Storm layered into this too, and let's be honest, Storm ignores armor, so who cares?
Well,
it's going to do a ton of damage.
If there was one thing about Ryung that I felt like, you know, maybe he needed, was that he did not really have that good a move. I seem to remember. You know, he would play it passive, and we'd like, you know, we'd herald him for being like, okay, so he's being patient, he's gonna play the long game because he knows he has an advantage, and then somehow he would, like, you know, throw it away. It's like terrible to say, right? And like knock on wood, right? But that is what he's doing. He's like, I think I have an advantage. I got my third up faster. I'm gonna get both tech just in case he does get up to Storm, and I should be able to win once I'm maxed.
Well, I actually really love this dive. Look at this. You can catch 1, 2, 3 Templar, 4 Templar gonna go down. Even if Storm's complete, there's none with energy now. Runs up here to the main, picks up, boosts the hell away. Meanwhile, it starts moving into what is possibly the third force heals. We're going to keep him away from this. But this is a really nice position here for the Vikings. I mean, there is going to be Blink eventually for Grubby, but not yet still.
I just can't see Grubby holding off once Ryung has 6 ghosts and 2/2 as well.
Yeah, it's going to get... It's more difficult here on out. But, I mean, there is the boon of Storm. Potentially, maybe, possibly. Grubby does cool things with Storms, too. Like, he'll carry him around to Warp Prisms, but... at the same time, Ryung constantly scanning, constantly looking around, looking for safe spots, wants to catch any observer so it doesn't get seen. Army supplies right now are looking pretty sexy for our Terran player, to be honest. 3 Colossus are all that Grubby really has. The hallucinations are cool, but they don't do damage, right? So you can soak hits all day, but the army's just going to soak right, or push right through them.
Yeah, well, this is awkward.
Oh, Grubby's heavily out of position for this.
And going up a ramp and all those Vikings, oh, this is not what you would expect. Like, you're in your own
He's got
base.
Storms, though. He's got Storms, though.
Ghosts. The ghosts are here.
Go for snipes instead of EMPs. Does land a sick EMP on top of the sentries, on top of the Templar. There's still 3 Templar with Storms, though. Oh, these Vikings spread, please, loses all the Vikings.
Oh my god. Well, so now
not all,
more out
there's
there,
more
that's
than
all
that.
he needed. All the ghosts, or all the High Templars are gone. The more ghosts trickling in.
Ryung has got this in the bag. Beautiful attack. The attack on the right side, the reinforcement's not working out so well, but even lends an EMP before that goes down. Nexus is sniped once again, and Grubby looks like he is going to be heading towards the losers brackets, the losers match.
Like, I feel like Ryung should stand up and do that, like, you know, like shoulder brush. Just like, no problem.
Just brush off his shoulder. All right, really well played there by Ryung at the end. Super fantastic out of him. Do we know who... I guess they've got to have the brackets sorted at this point, right? Who he's playing against? Jaedong. Ooh. Ooh. All right, well, Jaedong versus Ryung coming up next, guys. We're going to... I'm actually going to restart my client real quick. We're also going to play ads because we haven't played ads in almost an hour at this point. Holy crap. But yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 2 minutes.